Hi everyone, happy Friday. Um, Today we're going to be doing some more practice on the angles in the unit circle with rotations, revolutions, degrees, and radians. This is going to be a fairly short video because we're just going to go over the stuff we've been working on for the past couple of days. So please pause the video so the sub can hand out this worksheet. Okay, so first we're going to cross off some problems on the page, just because it's something that we're not going to go over in this unit. So cross off problems 7, 8, 9, and 10. We don't need to talk about the minutes and seconds with our degrees. So up here at the top of the page, we're going to be converting each degree measure into radians and each radian measure into degrees. So take a look in your notes because I gave you notes on how to do these conversions, but we're going to go over problems 1 and 4 just to help remind you of how to do it, especially for those of you that were talking instead of doing your work yesterday. So the first step to converting degrees into radians is to multiply by 2 pi over 360. So we're going to do 325 times 2 pi, which is going to give us 650 pi. And then that's going to be over 360. All right, now we're going to simplify the fraction. And I'm going to be a little lazy here, so I'm just going to take the zeros off at the end of our numerator and our denominator. And that's going to give me 65 over 36 pi. That's one of the easiest ways to simplify a fraction, especially if they both end in 0. You notice that if you divide the numerator and the denominator both by 10, you'll knock those zeros off. So if you were doing this with your calculator and you did 650 divided by 360, you could also get a decimal response, which I'll accept on this paper as well, and it would give you 1.81 pi. Don't forget to put the pi on the end after you do your division. All right, so now we're going to take a look at problem number 4. This one we're converting radians into degrees, so we're going to multiply by 360 over 2 pi. This 360 goes on top when you're converting to degrees. The 2 pi goes on top when you're converting to radians. So we're going to do 23 pi times 360. And we're going to do 12 times 2 pi to give us our new numerator and denominator. So 23 pi times 360 gives us 8,280 pi over 24 pi. Don't be intimidated by the large numbers. It'll actually divide nicely. So the pi's cancel out, and then we're going to do 8,280 divided by 24. And we're going to get 345 degrees. If you get a decimal for any of these answers, please just round to the nearest hundredth place, meaning you're going to round to 2 decimal places. All right, down here on the bottom of the page, we want to find the measure of each angle. Make sure you pay close attention to the red lines. That's showing you the actual revolution that the blue line made. The green angles are there to just help you figure out how far the red line went total around the circle. So we're going to look at problems number 11 and 12. Now, if you looked at this quarter of the graph, you know that a quarter revolution is 90 degrees, but the green is only showing 80 degrees. So that means that we had 10 degrees left before we went all the way around the circle. So 360 minus 10 is 350 degrees. And that's how we figure out the measure of that angle. So it's pretty simple. For problem number 12, we need to know that half of a revolution in radians is pi, because the whole way around would be 2 pi. Now we've got pi over 6 left to go to do that half of a revolution. So we're going to do pi minus pi over 6. Pi can be converted to 6 pi over 6, just so we have the same denominator. And we're going to get 5 pi over 6 for our angle. So I want you to finish the rest of these graph problems on the front side of the page. Then on the back side of the page, there are a couple more problems that I want you to cross out. So at the very bottom of the back of the page, there are a couple problems. And it's not something that we're going to get to right now in this unit. So you can go ahead and scribble out those last 2 problems on the back side of the sheet. Now the rest of the sheet is due either by the end of class or first thing on Monday. Remember that any work that I give you when you have a sub is a quiz grade. So please make sure that you try your best on every problem so I can give you full credit on this. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.